Hi everyone, and welcome back to Authentic Worth Publishing, bringing worth back into you through storytelling and book writing. I hope you're all doing very well as we are entering into the last 3 months of the year, and I'm really believing and hoping that your book projects are going very well and your writings as well. Now in today's video, I want to talk about what your thoughts are on translating your book into another language. So one of our previous authors in 2021 who published a book with us published their first book in English, but because their target audience were in France, they asked us to translate their book into French. And the experience was different. And as I'm looking at it now, in order for our authors to really get their books out there, I would highly consider translating your books to another language. Now, according to some of the seminars that I attended a few weeks ago, most of the prominent places that thrive in books at the moment are Germany and Spain. And you can find many translators online that can help you translate your books into those languages. However, I would highly encourage you to do your due diligence. You have to do your research and understand why you want to translate your book into another language. Do you know the target market there? Do you know what they need? And how are you going to position yourself to be found there? Because it's exciting when someone says, yes, I'm going to translate my book into another language, but there's a lot of work to be done. Copyright, that is very important. You need to know what that consists of before you proceed. You need to read the contract and the terms and conditions on what it entails. How long will it take? So all these things really matter. And one of the things that I would recommend if you are intentional about translating your book into another language is to travel to the country that you want to see your book in. I know that not a lot of people may have the means to do so, but intentionality and the beauty of your book will make you make those sacrifices. Our previous author who published their book in English and turned it into French has a direct correlation and relationship with those in France because of their family there and friends, but also because the author speaks French themselves and they speak good English. So that's already a win-win. So for those of you who would like to translate your book into French, please let us know. We would be happy to help. The journey of that author, as I look back on it, it makes me smile. And I think not a lot of people think about changing their book, especially because being in the UK, it's very easy just to sit on one language. And sometimes we can make the mistake to assume that everybody speaks English. But your book translated into another language could be another stream of income, but also a source of encouragement for your readers. And we want to see opportunities of this being done evidently. From experience, I know translating a book is not easy. You can't just go on Google Translate and copy and paste and think that's it. No, you need a professional to do it for you, someone that is qualified. And that's why research is so important. Someone reached out to us a few days back and they said if they need us or if they would like to work with us, that they are able to provide translation services. And that sprung to me and I said, do you know what? What if some of our authors would like that? So again, people are seeing value in what we do and they want to work with us. And therefore, I'm trying to get your minds to position yourselves as authors, as aspiring authors, as creators, as entrepreneurs to think, could this be me? But the question is, do you want it to be you? Are you intentional about wanting to change your book into another language? And for those of you who may have tried to change their book into another language, it will be great to hear from your experiences. Did it go well? Did it not go well? What could have been better? I love the fact that as creatives, we want to be more open with our gifts. And when it comes to writing, there are so many ways you can deliver that. Not just through translation, but through podcasts and audiobooks. And we know with the rise in AI, audiobooks, podcasts, book translations are becoming very prominent. Not underestimating the beauty of paperback and hardback books. I'm still a paperback girl. I love using my highlighter to highlight and put things in place. And that is my joy because I remember things quicker that way. Whereas other people, i.e. your audience, may want to listen to your book, or they may want to read it in another language because they don't necessarily speak the language that you speak. So these are the things that we really have to consider as creatives. And as people reach out to us, the same way we have people reaching out to the business now, we need to be open-minded, and we need to start by gradually asking questions and finding out what they can provide for our authors, getting to know them on a one-to-one. It's so important that we don't just refer anyone anyhow, because we are integral. We want to make sure that we are working with the best people. And it's really important that when you think about your book, how do you want the right people to find you? Are you making it known that you want to change your book? Maybe perhaps you can make a post on how to get the right people to work with you and collaborate with you. Hi everyone, I'm a first-time author of XYZ. I've published my first book in English and I would like to translate it into French. Are there any book translators out there? I would like it published in that language. Thank you. Simple, sweet. And already you will get the right people coming to you. Although you do have to make sure you do your research, have meetings. I'm not saying that because someone sounds good or they've sent an email, you just take them straight away. You need to ask them questions. One of the questions that I asked the person that reached out to us a while back was, how did you find us? And the answer was Google Maps. Some people, they find us through LinkedIn. Some people, they find us through our referrals, through our testimonials. And that is a great way of attracting more people to you. Now, as an author, as a creative, how are you making yourself seen and known? How are you allowing people to find you and want to work with you? Are you making it known? And this is one of the reasons why when you show your face as an author, it makes it easier for people to trust you and work with you. You don't just think, oh, I'm going to expect people to find me because this book is so great. Book launches are a great way to be visible and therefore attract other people. You can invite other people to come to the book launch. You can network with others and attend workshops and seminars. There are so many things you can do to get yourself out there. You can do your research. You can join memberships. And these are the ways that you can build your confidence, because as creators, we're all learning from one another. And that's how we flourish. And that's how books flourish and prosper. Unless you're happy for it to be in English, you have to find a way to make it work on the level that you're on and find a way to reach other people that can help you. Sometimes libraries can help. Sometimes your local community centers can help. Other times it could be family and friends. But there are times where you need to go beyond your comfort zone and approach businesses. Moving from business to consumer to business to business. You're thinking about corporations that have what it takes to help you. Learning about the different ways to build your book. Joining organizations like the London Book Fair. I mentioned it already that as a previous speaker this year, I enjoyed the exposure. I enjoyed being able to tell people about my journey into running authentic work publishing. And through these opportunities, you learn so much. Next year's London Book Fair is on the 10th to the 12th of March. And there are so many ways that you can build relationships there. And that is through finding translators. There will be so many there. But you don't have to wait until next year. You can start now. So what are you doing right now to get yourself out there to find someone to translate your book? Do you know about the country? Do you know about the books that they are selling at this time? Are you doing your research? Do you know what people like to read? This is not to say that you change your book because you want people to just buy it. You have to still stand and stay true to yourself. Because in this life, not everyone may desire to read your book, but it doesn't mean that your book is not viable. It doesn't mean that your book is not successful. You need to know who your target audience is and do your due diligence. Every book has somewhere it fits, even yours right now. Yes, you. You may think your book is small. You may think your book is insignificant. It is not. You have taken the time to write it and it deserves the right recognition. So make sure that you are doing your due diligence. Make sure that you are taking the time to research and find out how other people are getting their books out there in different languages. So ask yourself, even if you want to do a few languages, start with one first. If it's French, start with French. If it's Spanish, start with Spanish. And then you build on that. And look at the experience that you have with that person, that translator. Build a relationship with them and see how far your book will go. Because you won't know unless you put it out there. I made a poll recently on what authors and creators would like to see their book translated to. And the main option was Spain. Now that is really good because right now, Spain is a very good place to promote books, to get it translated. But you need to do your research. Going to events and seminars aren't enough. You need to sit down and understand your market. Understand the publishing industry, and in fact, understand the publishing translation industry, because there's a lot that you can learn. From finding out how many books are selling from a non-fiction perspective, to a fiction perspective, to a children's book perspective, young adults, science fiction, you know the genre of your book, you know its theme. So make sure that you do your part to find the right source for your book translation. And I really want to encourage you that it doesn't have to be difficult. I'm learning too. Because of the exposure we've had with our author before, I want to now use that momentum to start helping our authors start thinking about ways to be creative with their book. Because you can be creative with your book and it doesn't have to stay in one language. So I want to challenge you today. What country would you like to see your book translated to? I'd like to know below in the comment section. And what are you willing to do about it? It'll be great to hear from you. Till next time, if you have any other topics that you would like me to discuss, please leave them down in the comment section below and we'll get back to you. Thanks very much for watching this video. Until next time, all the best with your writing journey. And for those who are in the process of translating their books into another language, all the very best. Take care and we'll surely speak very soon. Bye-bye.